Hi, I'm Jeanie Hankins, publisher of the Wickenburg Sun. I have a stack of newspapers in my office. Each week, as the latest Wednesday edition comes in, I add another paper to the top of the stack. This way I can easily flip through certain weeks or months and find the information I'm looking for. As I laid the paper on the top of the stack on Wednesday, the contrast I found from the week before was striking. The photo on the front page of the March 11th edition featured a couple of happy beer drinkers clinking their mugs together in a crowded First Friday festival downtown. In stark contrast, the May 18th Sun shows a lonesome, empty performing arts center, empty grocery store shelves, and stories about precautionary measures, social distancing, and closures in the week of the COVID-19 scare. What a difference a week makes. Another week from now, we don't know where we'll be in all of this. Here in Wickenburg and in most of Arizona, we have yet to be hard hit by the actual virus itself. But we are caught in the undertow of a tidal wave that is clearly beyond our control. I tend to believe that all of the restrictions and precautions and the monumental steps being taken in Washington, D.C., our governor's office, and at our town hall are due to an extreme abundance of caution designed to head off widespread exposure. While it is absolutely necessary for our leaders and public safety providers to plan for the worst-case scenario, and it is imperative that we heed their warnings, it is not healthy for us to assume the worst-case scenario is already our destiny. The same goes for the economy. The worst-case scenario should not be viewed as today's reality. Instead, I would encourage us all to take a collective, deep breath and look for ways to get through this together with a spirit of caution and optimism. We all know that we do need to wash our hands, stay 6 feet apart, and cover our cough. But what else should we do to get through this together and apart? How about showing some support and encouragement to those who work each day to protect our community from this type of situation? The town manager's office, police and fire departments, healthcare community, town council, and the mayor and others have been working long, difficult hours over the past 2 weeks to cover all the what-ifs and ensure our safety. Elected officials and public employees need our moral support as they work long hours, lose sleep, and draw upon their collective experience to hammer out the best way forward for our community. We should find ways to share our support with them. Maybe a letter to the editor would be in order, or share some positive thoughts on their social media sites. Now, about the grocery store. How about if we slow down with the binge shopping? My brother was at the grocery store the other day and came upon a woman with 3 bags of yellow potatoes already in her cart. She was moving away from the potato bin and going on with her shopping when she noticed that my brother's eye was on that last bag of potatoes available that day. She took one look at him, stopped, turned around, and snatched the potatoes and put them in her cart. Well, my brother will be fine without that bag of potatoes, and maybe she has a bunch of hungry kids to feed. But did she really need 4 bags of yellow potatoes? Let's look at what we're doing to one another in the grocery store. Even if that person who wanted the last thing on the shelf is not within our view, let's look at how much we can really eat, drink, or use up before the expiration date. And let's leave the rest on the shelf for someone else. God bless the American agriculture producers, cows and chickens included, and the trucking industry and the retailers. They will hold us up until all of this calms down. So let's calm down. Let's have confidence in the wonderful systems we already have in place, and they will get us to the other side of this. I'm sure that you can think of some that I haven't mentioned. We've been through tough times before, and tough times bring out the best in Americans. I don't know yet what next week's front page will bring. I don't know what the headlines will be or what the photo will be. But I do know that we will report the news, whatever it is. And even in these most uncertain times, that is something you can count on.